In this tutorial, we'll learn how to use the LemmaGen plugin for the Butter text analysis software. What this plugin will do is take the words in each text that we're trying to analyze and lemmatize them, or convert them to their more basic form. For example, the words run, running, ran, runs. The lemma, or the base form of each of these words, is the word run. And so a lemmatizer will try to algorithmically take every word in the text and convert it to its more basic form. Now note that this will never be 100% perfect. These are essentially trained models that try to learn rules for a given language of what a basic version of a word looks like. And so they'll usually be pretty good, but not always 100% perfect. So that's just something to know before you go into this. I'll also say that lemmatizers in general are going to be something that you'll use in some cases but not others. And so it's really up to you to know when you should use a lemmatizer based on what type of research you're doing and what your ultimate text analysis goals are. So for example, for a lot of topic modeling methods, you'd want to use a lemmatizer, whereas a lot of the dictionary-based methods, or even sometimes readability metric calculations, you would not want to use a lemmatizer. Now for this example, we'll just analyze some English language TED Talk transcripts. These are fairly straightforward. These are just transcripts of TED Talks in the English language. Note that for this plugin, there are lemmatizer models that exist for other languages as well that are built into the program. So let's go ahead and just go through a couple of examples so you can see what this plugin does. So let's go ahead and load up our texts. And then you can see that this plugin, it takes tokens as its input type, and then it returns the lemmatized tokens. So let's go ahead and tokenize, and then we can attach the LemmaGen plugin. Now if we go to the settings for this plugin, you can see that there are pre-trained lemmatization models for several different languages, including things like French, Italian, Serbian, and so on. Now your mileage will probably vary depending on the pre-trained model that you choose, and it will probably work better for some languages than others. Now let's go ahead and just do a couple of quick tests so that you can see what this is doing under the hood. Normally this is something you would insert into a pipeline of other methods that you're trying to do. So if you're trying to build a frequency list, for example, you may want to put a lemmatizer in here to give you a more clear count of the different words without necessarily getting every single version of every word used. But again, that will depend a lot on what exactly it is that you're doing with your text analyses. For this case, what we're going to do is we're going to just take the texts, tokenize them, lemmatize them, and then we want to just spit the text back out after the lemmatization has happened. And we'll do a side-by-side comparison. So because this is giving us tokens as output, we can go ahead and take this plugin, the tokens to string plugin, and attach it here. And then we'll just save these right back out to text files. And let's go ahead and just make a new folder here, and we'll call this folder TED English Only Lemma, so that we know that this is the lemmatized version of our texts. And we'll go ahead and run this here, and we'll cancel it pretty quickly just so that we can have a few texts to compare side by side. So let's go ahead and start here with this English, the raw transcript that we were working with in English. Then let's go ahead and look at the same transcript after it has been tokenized, lemmatized, and then converted back into a text. And let's look at these side by side. So you can see a few things right off the bat. First, we can see that everything in this text here is in lowercase. This is a byproduct of tokenization. So this is avoidable if you change your tokenization settings or if you use a different tokenizer, but for the most part, that's fine. That has nothing to do with the lemmatization itself. Now you also see, again, another byproduct of the tokenization is that the punctuation has been split off of each of the words. Now this is important for a lot of text analysis procedures, because if we take this word here, for example, time, with a comma after it, that's treated as a different word than the word time without the comma. And so for a lot of text analysis methods, again, it's good that we have this punctuation split off. So when we go to lemmatize our text, it's important that we're just looking at each token individually, not the tokens with the punctuation attached to them. Now here, let's actually look at what the tokenization itself does. So you can see in the raw original transcript, it starts out with, "We are here today because." In the lemmatized version, "We be here today because." So the word "are" is converted to its more basic form be. So if we take the word be and conjugate it, it would be things like I am, we are, you are, and so on. So we've taken this word and automatically converted it to its more basic form. And you can see that this happens all over the place. And it is, and it be. My son have be, my son had been. So had is lemmatized into its more basic present tense version of have. And you can see this across the board. Things like tenses are removed, so perished is converted to perish. Words like were are converted back to the present tense form, and so on. And this will happen too with things like plurals. So plurals are converted to their singular form, counts is converted to count, and so on. And that's really the gist of it. That's what lemmatization does, and that's what this plugin will do for you in a fairly automated way.